Right. Stop the share. Can you actually see my notes or can you see the full presentation? Someone just let me know that once. Is it coming up as a full screen? No, it's not. So give me 1 second. Let me just switch my screens, guys. My apologies. I want to make sure it's perfect for you. Um,
Just go to
yeah,
display
yeah,
setting.
yeah. Thank you. Display settings, swap. Okay. Can you see that now? I did, there we go. Is that perfect? Yeah, great. Awesome. So let me start by saying welcome to our MSc in AI for Business session today. And before I jump into the STAR lecture content, let me just introduce myself. So my name is actually Pamdeep Kataria, and I'm actually one of the lecturers here in the Management, Marketing and Information Systems disciplines. And I come with a strong background in that basically bridges technology and business strategy together. So just from my biosynapse, you can see that actually I earned my PhD in computer science from the United Kingdom, and I had my research that was heavily focusing on software interoperability issues, and this was sort of like before big data and before this buzzword of AI. And over the years, I've actually worked in a number of industry roles, which include business analysts to digital strategists to a software patent writer. And my most recent role, which covered both the APAC region and the UK, was actually as an associate director, lead IT trainer. And that was basically covering 16 regions across the Asia Pacific region. So that's just a little bit about myself, just to let you know you're in very good hands. So let me now jump into what we're actually here for today. Now, the course that I'll be kind of pitching to you today is actually generative AI and prompt engineering for business. Now, this course pitches generative AI as communication at scale, and prompt engineering is actually the art of talking to machines in a way that unlocks their intelligence. So this course goes far beyond than just kind of understanding prompting in terms of a basic interaction with a chatbot. We actually explore how professionals strategically design inputs, things like instructions, context, and examples to turn AI into reliable business tools. So what I want to do today is give you a little taster of what this course is going to cover in terms of its content and really the purpose. So we begin the course by actually stepping back and actually mapping this AI universe because clarity really counts. You're hearing this word constantly pop up in a number of contexts. So what we do is we actually just outline the AI universe. We start by actually just letting you know that artificial is actually a very broad area. It's a broad idea that where machines can perform tasks that normally would require human intelligence. And inside that AI actually is what we have machine learning. And this is where systems actually learn from data rather than the explicit rules we feed them. So, in traditional machine learning use cases, we would train models, for example, to answer questions like, is this email spam or not? However, the deeper we go into this universe of AI, we then approach deep learning. And here is where we actually use multi-layered neural networks inspired by our human brains to actually tackle complex problems, mainly pertaining to vision, interpretation of vision and language. So it's in this deep learning that we've got technology like transformers that have actually paved the way for generative AI. And this is really the course actually helps us understand this family tree. And we spend the first couple of weeks going through that just to make you really understand why prompting actually works in the first place. Secondly, when we start looking at how deep learning works, the course tries to help you see deep learning in two very distinct pathways. The first one is where we kind of look at deep learning through this lens of discriminative AI. Now, this is where machines model, classify, predict, and label data. They're trained really carefully for specific tasks. And I want you to kind of think of it just like how analysts actually would approach their daily tasks at work. Now, the second pathway is what we're really concerned with. This is the pathway of generative AI, where instead of just recognizing patterns, machines actually start creating new content, things like text, images, code. And I'm 100% certain that all of you right now have already started toying around with these generative AI tools and are very much generating your very own unique content already. Now, keeping these paths in mind, the course introduces to you exactly where large language models like ChatGPT or DeepSeek, or even Gemini or Claude live in generative AI. And the course helps you actually realize that they're not just trained for one task, they're actually trained really broadly and they're adapted instantly through what we call prompts. And this shift is revolutionary. And this is actually what the course is all about. This is what generative AI for prompt engineering for business is all about. Now, the course further digs in a little bit more. So we do kind of, introduce that family tree of technologies, and then we dig deeper in terms of what's happening under the hood. So, as I mentioned earlier, deep learning models, they are inspired by our human brains. So in summary, each neuron takes input, applies a weight, it passes it through some type of activation function and produces an output. And learning happens through feedback. Now, when the model makes a mistake, it actually adjusts. Now, none of this would actually be possible without massive data sets, as well as that enormous computing power that uses GPUs and TPUs. And by extension, the same ideas both power language and vision. For example, during the course, we do explain how in natural language processing, early models converted words to objects. And similarly, in computer vision, convolutional networks learn to detect edges, shapes, and objects. Different domains, but the same idea. Models are constantly learning from representations and patterns of data. And we explain how actually this becomes the foundation of our large language models. But why do we actually call them large? And that's just simply because they contain billions of parameters, tiny adjustable values that allow us to understand context, that to help us understand the relationships in language. Now think about it this way. Let's say, for example, you wanted to ask somebody about cats. What do cats eat in winter? Um, Traditionally, you could usually using machine learning techniques generate model answers with a single line. But with large generative models that are capable of this constant learning and constant adjusting, we actually are now able to not just recall one sentence, but we're actually able to generate a complete paragraph on what cats would like to eat. Um, in essence, I want you to think about it as 500 books on cats. And at the core, there's just one simple task that is being performed, which is predicting the next word, but being repeated millions of times. Now, to help you understand this a little bit better in terms of prompt engineering and the connection to business, let me just switch my screen onto, let's say, for example, a ChatGPT model. Let's say that I wanted to insert a conversational query into this large language model. For example, I could say, let me explain prompt engineering to a 5-year-old. Now, first and foremost, as I've already mentioned, it's very conversational. I am simply writing what I'm thinking. And if I click the enter button, you can see that immediately it produces content. And you can see that it's actually using storytelling to explain that because the context is for a 5-year-old. I could at the same time say, okay, you know what? Let me explain machine learning now, not to a 5-year-old, okay? Explain machine learning to a student studying AI for business, just like yourself. Hoping to see you here soon. And if I click enter, you will see again, we have some output being produced, but already just even from the length and the structure of the output, you can see there is a very big difference. We're no longer in the world of storytelling and examples. We're actually now in a business context. And I could further prompt the model and say, you know what, actually, this time I want you to act as an AI engineer advisor, and I want you to explain what is machine learning. Explain machine learning. And hopefully, when I click the button the third time, you'll be able to see that now we've got a very detailed output. And actually, it's not just within a business context, it's actually now going into some of those underlying technological concepts that only an AI engineer would know. Now, coming back to my lecture slides, the purpose of showing you this demo was to actually show you, this is an example of prompt engineering, although be it at a very primitive level. Let me just go ahead and switch my screen. There we go. That's better. So, and what these three little demos showed us was the fact that, you know what, with traditional machine learning, intelligence lived in the training phase. However, just with simple interactions with the large language model, intelligence is actually activated at runtime. Every time I hit that query, we were actually producing intelligence. And this notion actually becomes the motto for our course. It actually means that your prompt becomes your instructions, your context, and your examples. You're not retraining the model, you're actually steering it, you're actually guiding it. And that's why prompt engineering is actually becoming such a critical new skill. Prompt engineering is actually formally defined as the practice of designing, refining, structuring inputs, which we call prompts, to guide the generative AI model towards a specific high quality output. It's not what you ask, it's actually how you ask it. And just as we saw in those three lines of prompts, a single line can completely change the model's behavior. Now, what does this mean in the business context? In the three prompts that I just demoed you, you're no longer asking the questions, but you're directing intelligence. And this is really where the business value starts to emerge. So as we progress deeper into the course, we also start kind of putting our business caps on and we start thinking about how can we derive this business value with this new toolkit that AI is providing us. With prompts, we can now do a number of use cases that fit the business context. For example, we can summarize really long reports for executives. We can also classify sentiment for risk. We can also generate code for business applications. We can also create specialist chatbots, and we can extract precise facts and documents that actually support our decisions. I want you to think of large language models as your junior analysts. They're going to be really fast, they're going to be tireless and powerful, but always requiring human insight. Now, at this point, with just a few more slides left, are you all still with me? Do let me know if you're still awake. I haven't bored you to death. Perhaps you could use that react button once more so that I know I'm not talking to myself. Thank you so much. Awesome. So keeping this in mind, how are we going to use prompt engineering and these large language models at scale? And this is where in the course, we actually move away from creativity to repeatability. And this is where we start introducing Python and libraries like LangChain. We actually teach you the art of prompt engineering through programming, stable instructions, variable inputs, and prompts into reliable systems. So here I'm just showing you a few of the code snippets that we will be kind of guiding you through to help you actually programmatically connect with underlying large models. Now we'll be looking at LangChain prompt templates to advanced prompting using advanced few shot techniques where you don't just tell the model what to do, you actually show it examples. You actually build miniature lessons inside the prompt. And at this point, prompt engineering really becomes teaching the AI in real time. Now, we end the course by actually our capstone project. And to introduce our capstone project, we have to acknowledge that large language models have two major business limitations. Number one, large language models are hugely outdated, and that's because they're always trained on data that is predominantly frozen in time or really unaware of recent events. Now, at the same time, especially when we kind of look at it through the lens of a business organization, these large language models don't have access to proprietary data, which is actually the backbone of all business organizations. So, when we think about these limitations and we think about the solution in terms of fine-tuning these language models, well, they're quite expensive and actually they're quite impractical in a real world example. So what the course does is for our capstone project, it introduces the retrieval augmented generation, which is another way of actually extracting data from the large language model. And this is a term called RAG that you may have heard floating around in the research world. And it's a cutting edge search capability to be able to utilize large language models more efficiently. So RAG solves this by retrieving fresh, trusted documents. Remember, I talked about that proprietary data. RAG allows us to do that, but it does that without actually changing the base large language models. It transforms the AI from a guessing game into a really grounded business assistance. So to summarize, the key takeaways that generative AI and prompt engineering for business gives you is it introduces this current paradigm shift that we are all witnessing. Okay, the talks take you through this paradigm shift where we move from single purpose models to collaborating with massive general purpose large language models. We also start teaching you those prompt engineering skills that help you direct, refine, and unlock the true potential of these powerful models, especially in a business setting. And finally, the course teaches you that the quality of your AI generated output reflects your creativity. So finally, before I conclude, I'd like to say that prompting is the new programming. And this is exactly the mindset that we like to develop for the Masters in AI for Business. So at this point, I'm open to questions, or I can pass it back to, is it Desiree that's controlling this session? But I do hope to see all of you in one of our subjects very soon.
Thank you, Professor Kateria. Now let's pass the time to Professor Dorothy Chow. She will present on the topic AI security traps. Dorothy, are you ready?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, sure.
I am going to broadcast my iPad first here. I think everything is good, right? Loud and clear, and then like my voice is coming through, right?
Yeah.
So good afternoon, right? Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our STAR lectures. So just then, we have been talking about like prompt engineering. We have been talking about like how AI could be helping the business to be more efficient, more effective, less labor. And then these sections in the following 20 minutes, I would like to share with you like how AI could be a double-edged sword, and then how it is going to like create some security traps for that. So I am Professor Dorothy Chow. I am professor of practice in HABU, but I also have another job in the industry. So I am actually working in cryptocurrency exchange as security on a security assurance side. So let's get started. So why cybersecurity matters? Why is it a problem to us? Isn't it a problem of the CISO? Isn't it a problem of the tech guy only? The issue is because like cybersecurity incidents influence us. It is stealing our money. I'm not sure like how many of you are like trading cryptos. If you are, then you should see like there is a lot of cases recently on like cryptocurrency exchange being hacked, your wallet are being hacked. Last year, Bybit has losses like 1.5 billions, and then that is a record hack in the whole cryptocurrency history. And then you can also see like not only in the cryptocurrency industry, in other industries like banking, like aviations, there's also a lot of personal data are being hacked. Why are they interested in your data? With your data, they could do a lot of things with AI. And then later in the lecture, I will share with you like how can they use your data to do more impact on the victims. So before I kickstart, right, let's do a test and then to make sure like everyone is with me, right? So this is the emails I received in my company email. You can see here, right? This is my company email, dorothy.chow@crypto.com. And then like you can see here, this is an email from OpenAI. Jason Lau is the CISO of our company. And then what my question is, do you think this is a phishing email? Can you like type in like yes or no in the chat? What do you think? Is it a phishing email? Someone say yes, someone say no. What about others? No, no, yes, yes. 50-50, right? Now it's like someone say no, right? So this is a phishing email. Okay, so we know that like in OpenAI, we do not really have what we call a team functions, right? And then like, but there is also like, it also looks so real. And then it also knows like my corporate email. It also knows my boss name, okay? So this is something that what AI can do. AI can crawl a lot of data online to know about like what is your position. You may have your LinkedIn, right? I believe like many of you are preparing your LinkedIn, and then like on your LinkedIn, you may also have like your company informations, and then you may also like have a badge that you can see like who work with you in the same company, right? When I click that, I can see, oh, you are, they know that, oh, I am working in like security assurance team, right? So probably the CISO will be my supervisor. So they would put the CISO's name here to trick me that like, oh, this is a real email. The most important thing is like in the old days, when we want to identify whether the email is a phishing email, it is much more easier. We look at like the domain name, we look at whether there is any typo, grammatical mistakes, right? But nowadays with AI, it is just so perfect that like AI can create a perfect phishing email in minutes. In the old days, if it is a human written, it may take him like hours or days. But now it is just, everything is just so easy. Let's look at some data. If we look at here, this is like the attack types in the 2025. You can see that like 42% of the attacks are relating to what? AI. Okay, AI related. It is close to half, okay? If we consider deepfake, you can see like all these more than half. So you can see like a lot of threats in the landscape are now like created by AI. And then it is like the impersonation scam growth is having a 1,400% increase from 2024 to 2025. So what is impersonation scam? That means like phishing, they steal your identity, especially like for younger adults that they love like social media. They share a lot of their information on social media. These are all useful informations from to the threat actor. They steal your informations, impersonate you, pretend to be you to do something that may impact your impact you financially or like in other aspect. So why is they're like having more attacks in the landscape? One sentence can conclude that is like AI removes all the bottleneck. In the old days, it is like it takes time to write emails. It takes time to like spread the emails, but now everything's could be automated. We can have an automated agent to help us to like send out the emails to like millions of like victims. We can also use AI to create different versions of phishing emails. We can also use AI to crawl data to analyze in what way you may be easily like believe in like the message, which phishing email version would be more like looks real to you. So who are the attacker, right? So basically we can classify them into three. Understanding your enemies is the first step to defense. So basically we can classify them into national state supported attackers. For example, in North Korea, they also have a troop of like threat actors that they will use the funds that they gain from the different attacks to help with their like weapon plans and other programs. And other groups are some organized crime groups. Like we know that like some are very famous, while the scattered spiders, we have lepses, we also have shiny hunters. And making the things worse is like now these like different originally like independently working or organized hackers, they are grouping into an alliance, and then the alliance is called SLH. They group together to form even more sophisticated attacks. And then some other groups are like more on individual actors that for like some quick profit, and then like they're more like individual threat actor. So case one, okay, deepfakes, right? We have been hearing a lot on deepfakes. That means like they are using AI to create some videos to impersonate someone, and then like one of the case that has been like in viral in Hong Kong is on the eMPF pension fund fraud. So what happened is like Hong Kong has a eMPF program. It is very much like a pension fund in many Western countries. The first thing the threat actor do is like they steal your credentials through some ways. It could be from past data breach. It could be from your social media account. It could be from like any information that they could search on the internet from your LinkedIn. So the attacker steals like 12 Hong Kong identity cards informations, and then like create some fake identity card. And then the second thing, they generate some videos footage, because like when you want to like enroll in the pension system, you need to like show your ID card. You need to have a facial recognition to make sure that like, I am the one who is in the ID card, right? So they will generate some videos, right, from the stolen ID. And then they use the video footage, the deepfake footage, and the ID card to do online onboarding of our pension system. After they can successfully pass all the security checks, they do an account takeover, and then like submit our withdrawal pension savings before the victims discover that their account has been registered by a threat actor. So what is the impact? The impact is like the whole KYC flow, the online onboarding flow was being suspended because of all these like deepfake generations. And then nowadays, deepfake is like really hard to identify. Another case, which is even more like dramatic, I would say, is a case that is happened in 2024. So this is by this happens to a company called Arup. Arup is a kind of like architecture and constructions company. So it is a global company, but this case happened in Hong Kong. So what happened is like financial staff in the finance department, he received an email from the CFO saying that like, oh, I have an urgent request. I need you to transfer some funds to an account. So when the staff first like read the email, like usually like you would suspect, right? Oh, whether that is the CFO, is it real? And then the CFO knows that like, oh, the staff may not really trust just by the email. So the CFO proposed that like, let's get into a conference call to discuss about this urgent matter. So the staff like joined the conference call. In the call, there are tens of employees. That means like around 10 to 12 employees, including the CFO. All of them are the familiar face that you see on the company webpage. You see the CFO, you see like the finance department head, you see a lot of familiar face in the call, and then people are discussing on how to deal with the issues. And then finally, you are instructed, the staff in Hong Kong is being instructed to transfer 25 million to an account. And then like, because like I see that person, I interact with them totally fine. And then the transfer is approved. He transferred 15. He did like 15 transfer to 5 different accounts. Altogether is 25 million US dollar. Later, the staff find out that like it is a scam. Everyone on the conference call with me was actually an AI generated image. So they steal the image and then like get on the company website or where, and then generate some deepfake video footage and then put it like a Zoom conference call, and then to make a trap for the Hong Kong finance staff to transfer all the money. So this is kind of like a Hollywood thing, right? So, but it is real. Okay, if you search online, you will also see that like it's a real case. So how good are modern deepfakes are, right? We have been saying that, oh, deepfakes can like generate like ID cards. It can bypass the online onboarding process of a government created pension system. It can also like trick staff to transfer so much money, right? So let's see like, how are modern like deepfakes, like how good are they? So on the left hand side, the first video we are watching is a deepfake video that is created 8 years ago.
It got me thinking about my full-time employees and their ability to survive on $8 an hour in New York City. And foremost in all of our minds has been the loss and the grief felt by the people of Orlando. Most of us don't get our healthcare.
So you can see like 8 years ago, when we are creating the deepfakes videos, it is more focusing on the mouth movement, on your lip movement. So on other parts, it is like there will still be like some simulations on like how people talk, but the small muscles is not like so good, And then 4 years ago, let's look at another example. What happens like 4 years ago?
I am not Morgan Freeman, and what you see is not real. Well, at least in contemporary terms, it is not. What if I were to tell you that I am not even a human being?
Look at the blinks, the eyebrows,
Would you believe
the winkles. It looks so
What
real.
is your perception
And then the details
of
on the
reality?
hairs, right?
Is it the ability to capture
So it is like, even when we are talking about like the technologies that is 4 years ago, before or at the very beginning of like open AI generations, it is already so real that like many people would believe. And what is our current technology?
Imagine turning a single image into a lifelike avatar that showcases your product and speaks your message. I've been using the Aveeno Daily Moisturizer, and I'm loving it.
منتج كلو يحمي من الرطوبة
So they
ويترك
are
شعرك ناعم ومثالي.
Sounds cool.
All these videos footage is like, you can just use an app, or a software, and then you can create like marketing, like campaigns so easily in a few clicks. And then the videos generated is not the models, the character are not very AI, but it is very much like a KOL selling you that product. So what I can say is like deepfake is now really very hard to identify. We have also heard cases in the industries that like some onboarding, that means that some KYC, customer onboarding systems, are also being tricked by the deepfake, and then like opening the bank account for the victims. And then it also happens in Hong Kong virtual banks also. So for eMPF and the Arup case, right, why would it work? Because it is like it is a very traditional thought that like, oh, I believe in what I see, right? So I see this and then I believe. And then, but now with deepfake, we cannot see what we really, we cannot believe in what we see. We need to do a lot of verifications. So there are some things that we can do from technical side. This is a technical control. It's a liveliness detection. That means like when you are doing the onboarding, I believe you may have some experience, right? When you onboard, do a electronic onboarding, online onboarding on a bank account, when they capture your face, you will see some flash on the screen, right? The flash is being used to detect the lighting, the shadow at your backgrounds and on your face to see like whether there is some changes on your face or the background when the screen is flashing. So this is a way to check like whether it is a pre-recorded video or it is a real video. So say like when you are taking a mobile phone and then your screen is having a red light, your face should have some red lights shadows there. So technically we can do liveliness detections, and then we can also like check whether the phone is like whether you are using a router phone or what, some other technical controls. Second things is like we can do, we do not solely believe in what we see. We should add, we can also try to add like other types of biometrics or other types of verifications. In Hong Kong, there is a use case that like we can use our passport to verify ourselves. We know that like in our passport, in many countries, right, the passport is having a chip. And then that chip is actually NFC chip that like you can read with your mobile phone. Your mobile phone has an NFC scanner, right? So in this case, multi-modal verification is like I capture your face, it passed. Second step, you need to scan your passport using your phone so that I can know that, oh, you do not only, it is not just a video, but I also trust you because you can show me another validation document that I can scan. So third thing is like doing an out-of-band checks. In the case of Arup, right, do not just trust the email. If you see that, if you receive the information, so receive an email from CFO, maybe you can call them and then like ask, okay, did you send the email, right? So out of band, use another channel. If it is from email originally, then you use like WhatsApp, you use Signal or Telegram to contact the person to verify that. And then other things is just use like all regular audits and other things. So this is your takeaway. Video is no longer a proof. Seeing is no longer believing. You cannot just trust what you see. Second thing, I think I am like overrunning a bit. Give me 3 more minutes and I'll end it. Second thing, I believe a lot of you are using like AI browser. My suggestion is like, for now, do not use AI browser now because like a lot of them are actually subject to a risk called prompt injection. Prompt injection is just one of the risks that like we have been seeing in many of the AI browser. And then like you may have also heard of one thing that has been in viral in the Twitter or like in many like Discord channel that is called Clawbot, or that is the Molebot. Okay, so these are some AI agents that like acting as a personal assistant, similar to an AI browser. But the issue is like they are subject to a risk that is called prompt injection. And then this prompt injection could be considered as a zero-click attack. That means someone, the threat actor, may send your agent a prompt without your knowledge, and then to you do not need to do anything, but then your agent will look at the prompt and then conduct some actions for the threat actor. If you want to know more about like what is prompt injections and then what are these risks, actually come to my class, apply for the program, and then we will have more time to discuss further. So takeaway is like, for this AI browser, it is no longer just a door to the internet, but now it becomes a door to all your secrets and credentials. And my suggestion is like, do not use it now. Even if you want to test it out, use a separate laptop to protect all your credentials and informations. So last one, in the shadow of like the growth of artificial intelligence, awareness is not just a protection, it is for survival. So come to our class, know more about different security threats and also the risks, and then you can protect yourself better. So thank you so much for your attention. I will pass the stage back to Desiree.
Yeah, thank you, Professor Charles. Professor Lee, are you ready for the program introductions for the MSc in AI for Business?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah. Let's start.
Cool. So I need to share the screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay, can you see the slides?
Yes.
Okay, great. So first of all, I have to declare I'm not a digital human. I'm not a deep fake, okay? This is a real me, okay? And thanks to our great star lectures, they delivered excellent lecture talking about AI, the prompt engineering, and AI securities. So now it's my turn to introduce the programs, the Master of Science in AI for Business. I'm the program director, and my name is Dr. Mengxiang Li.
Hi, my sessions is going to overrun at least 3 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, should I continue?
Yeah, sure, my bad.
Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, so this is kind of the program overview to let you know, give you a bird's eye view about programs. As usual, this is 1 year full-time, the top master programs. The tuition is about 367 Hong Kong dollars. The medium of instruction is in English. I'm pretty sure we are confident to deliver the AI-based related courses in English. And the intake will be in September of this year. So I'd like to kick off the introduction of our programs. Why we need this kind of the program? Because we see the opportunities and also we see the gaps between the market as well as the tertiary education. Right now, as you can see, the AI, especially the general AI, is no doubt is kind of the buzzwords, and it will dominate the business domains. And McKinsey's predict AI will contribute up to the 15 trillions to US dollars globally by the year of 2030. But we witnessed, based on our interviews and the discussions with the practitioners in Hong Kong, in Chinese mainland, and the Greater Bay Area, that many of them they claim that they have the difficulties recruiting the AI professionals, especially how to bridge the gap between the technical AIs with the business domains. And especially with the consideration of the recent surveys conducted by McKinsey, the other corporate consulting firms, we found that over 5% of the AI project fails. Not just because of we don't have the excellent AI project or we don't have the AI skills, but because of the misalignment between the technology itself as well as the business objective or the standard operating procedure or the best of practice, and especially the governments, the industry, as well as the education, we put strong efforts in contributing and nurturing the booming markets and to help the markets to grow and thrive. So to achieve this objective, our programs follow a standard and systematic ways to guide you how to go through and navigate through the learning the period and be excellent the talents and elites in AI for business. So our course have the core courses covered around technical depths like the machine learning, deep learning, generative AI, and prompt engineering stuff. So we master the key tools like the Python and others. Meanwhile, we also care about the effective and responsible use of AI. So we'll talk about the use of the AI ethics and ESGs. So that's to ensure the use of AI, especially from the user's perspective, the use of AI should be responsible and accountable. In addition, our learning not only resides in the classroom, but I also have plenty of the practical learning, like the experiential learnings of the AIs. We will go to the industries, we will visit the AI firm and other firms who utilize AI to facilitate their business. And then we will collaborate with them to conduct the projects. So students have the experience to talk with the practitioner, learn a question and the concerns from them, and use AI to solve the real-world problems. Okay? And finally, our programs that have the dual-track elective, which means we will fully consider the talents and the unique features of individual students. If you are good at the technical aspects, you're free to choose the technical-oriented track, or you have strong interest in how to align and adopt AI into the business domain and transform the business problems into the AI solve the problems. We will also offer the business-oriented track so that you will learn more about how to connect and fuse the AI with the business domain knowledge. So for example, we have the 2 semesters. In semester 1, we have the 5 core courses like the AI business analytics, foundation of the large language model, prompt engineering. The professor Pavadeep Katarina just showcased this kind of the courses, and we also have the data management. In semester 2, we have the 2 core courses and 3 electives, and especially for the electives, we will consult the students' academic performance plus with the industry mentors the nominations and help you to choose the best career path for you. So in total, you will have the 10 courses and get the 30 credits for graduations. And your pathway forward will be the AI leadership role, like the AI strategy officer, AI product officers, or in emerging fields like the ESGs that become the pioneers in AI in a sustainable development specialist, or as an industry specialist. And you have the global opportunities, not only in Greater Bay Area, but beyond. Okay, so let's talk about admission requirements. As usual, we have the pretty standard admission requirements. First, the applicant should have undergrad degrees in any discipline, not only in STEM, but as non-STEM students warmly welcomes. Second, we have the requirement on the language proficiencies. So like the TOEFL and IELTS, or the equivalent examination like Duolingo English test or the CET6. Moreover, when you launch your applications, you need to submit 2 recommendation letters and shortlist the candidates who will be invited to the online interviews. Okay, so the final slide is about the scholarship. I think you really care about the scholarship. As the newly founded program, we offer the different type of the scholarship, like the International Postgraduate Scholarship. So you are entitled with 100,000 Hong Kong dollars and plus. In addition, we also have the merit-based scholarship and a diversity contribution scholarship. So you have the excellence, the performance in your undergrad. You may probably can get the merit-based scholarship, or if you can offer the diversities into our programs. You may also have the considerations to be entitled as the diversity contribution scholarship. Okay, so thank you for listening my introduction of the programs. So welcome to join my program. And our programs that we have our website, we have the inquiries, and if you have strong interest, please visit our official websites and fill in the surveys and to be the early birds to enjoy the power of AI in business. So thank you.
Okay, thank you, Professor Lee. Now, let's welcome Professor Liu Jing to present the MSc in Data Analytics and Business Economics program.
Thank you very much. So thank you. Can everyone see my screen? Very nice.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jing Liu. I'm the program director for the Master of Science in Data Analytics and Business Economics, or MSc DAB in short. Okay. So it's really a pleasure to introduce our program here, which is designed to prepare talented individuals such as like you guys for the future of the business. So first of all, maybe you have the question, why should you consider a master degree in data analytics and business economics, right? So the simple answer is the market is calling for you. Okay, so the demand for talent, for data talent has been actually surging across every industry, from banking and consulting to technology and logistics. As you can see here from those recent job postings from leading companies such as Bank of China, PwC, and so on and so forth, the demand for data talents has been exploding. So roles like data analyst, data scientist are no longer niche. They are absolutely essential. So companies nowadays are searching for professionals who can not only handle data, but most importantly, to derive strategic business insight from them. So this is actually exactly the skill set we are here to build, you guys. And also, actually, our graduates has been successfully answering this call. Our program has a proven record of placing students in top tier companies across various industries. This slide will show you where our graduates from the last 3 cohorts from the last 3 years are now working. Our alumni has launched their career in really diverse range of industry, from banking and financial services, with very big companies such as HSBC and Bank of China, to professional services with Big Four like PwC and EY and so on and so forth. And actually, a great number of our students are making an impact in the technology sector. With very innovative companies such as ByteDance and Huawei and so on and so forth. And you can see a lot of company logos are listed here. And of course, a lot of students also go to the retail, commercial goods, as well as public sectors such as Hong Kong Monetary Authority and so on and so forth. So this diversity shows you that the skills you gain from our program are not just in demand, but also incredibly versatile. So of course, what makes our program so effective? It comes down to our unique curriculum design and also our outstanding faculty. We've built a curriculum on 3 pillars: a solid foundation in business economics, and a rigorous training in statistics and mathematics, and also practical skills in technology. This combination ensures you can understand the why behind the business problems and also have the technical skills to actually solve them. And of course, you will learn from 2 types of experts from this program. And our academic faculty, who are accomplished scholars in different kind of fields such as econometrics, industry organization, digital economy, and so on and so forth. And our fabulous industry faculty, who are seasoned professionals from very leading companies such as Microsoft, Alibaba Cloud, Morgan Stanley, and so on and so forth. And those faculty, they bring the cutting edge real world insight directly into your classroom. This program is actually designed for flexibility. You can complete it in 1 year full-time mode or 2 years part-time mode, and all instructions will be English. It consists 10 courses in total, 5 courses that's core courses that requires to build you fundamental knowledge, and 5 elective courses from a list, I will say more than 14 choices that allows you to specialize in the areas that match with your career goal. And let's take a look of our curriculum. We have actually carefully designed our curriculum around 4 streams to prepare you ready for the modern business world. And first of all, that's the business economics and strategy stream. Okay, this is the foundation. Here you will learn how to think like a business leader, understand the market dynamics, and also ask the right question. The second one, that's the statistics and mathematics stream. And this stream provides you the theoretical rigor for data analysis with courses such as statistics and applied predictive modeling. Then you will be able to master the quantitative method needed to perform sound and reliable data analysis. And the third one, that's the technology tool stream. This is where you get the hands-on part. You will learn the essential tools for programming, for big data analytics, artificial intelligence, cloud computing, and database management. This is exactly the technical skills that employers nowadays are looking for, actually. So then finally, that's the business application stream, which brings everything together. So you will apply your knowledge to solve the real world problems through different kind of courses, projects, and as well as internships in areas such as smart city development, user experience optimization, as well as data-driven decision making. So this integrated curriculum ensures you, when you graduate, you are not just a data technician, you are actually a true data-driven strategist. You are ready to create value from the day one. So apart from the curriculum and the program structure, we believe learning is actually far beyond the classroom. So we do organize a lot of industry talks, alumni sharing sessions, and as well as corporate visit to connect you guys with the industry professionals or the professional world. Today, I will be focusing on 2 schemes that empower you guys directly. The first one is called the Professional Developer Scheme. It encourages our students to earn or obtain industry recognized certificates. Okay, and we provide our student a sponsorship of up to 5,000 Hong Kong dollars per each student. This helps our student to build a competitive and professional portfolio. And the second one is called Student Development Scheme, and which we use to fund our student-initiated activities. This not only enrich our students' campus life, but also help our students to develop the crucial leadership and networking skills. And the next part, I will talk a little bit about admission scholarship. I believe the main from the main meeting room, she will be talking about more in details. Financially, we do offer very generous scholarship to support outstanding applicants. The entrance scholarship is for applicants with excellent academic record or from very top universities. The maximum is actually the full tuition waiver. By the way, our tuition is 318,000 Hong Kong dollars. So that's a lot. And the second one is the diversity contribution scholarship. That's for the candidate who can bring unique experience to our program. If you have some international exposure, special achievements, or have made outstanding contribution to your community, then you are eligible to apply for this. And the last one is the International Postgrad Scholarship. That's for exceptional international student, which include a full tuition waiver and plus living allowance of 100,000 Hong Kong dollars. Okay, so guys, this is basically all from me, and I hope this has given you a very clear picture of our program. For more details, please do please do visit our website to learn more, or maybe you can contact us using this the phone number and the email listed here. We are currently in our admission cycle for the 2026 intake. So the deadline for the second round is March 16th, which is around 1 month and a half to go. And the final round for non-local student is actually June the 6th. So a quick but very important piece of advice. Based on our past year's data, the majority of our offers will be sent out by the end of March. So if you're interested, I strongly recommend you guys apply before the end of March. So thank you very much for your time.
Yes, thank you, Professor Liu. Iris, are you ready?
Yes.
Yes, it's your turn.
So good afternoon, everyone. So I will introduce the Masters of Science in Finance, FinTech, and Financial Analytics, and I'm the program director, Aris. The program does exactly what the title says. So it covers finance, it covers FinTech, and it covers analytics as applied to financial data. The program arose out of the worldwide shortage in FinTech talent. And since 2018 already, the Hong Kong government has identified FinTech as one of the areas for future focus. Our program is ranked 67th in the Financial Times Masters in Finance 2025 ranking. A few years ago, we received the QS and Wharton Reimagine Education Award, the bronze winner in the category of digital readiness. And we have also received awards from the Institute of Financial Technologies of Asia, IFTA. It's one of the programs that have been selected by the Hong Kong government to offer subsidies to local students. Again, for many of you, this may not apply if you are not local permanent resident in Hong Kong, but it shows the quality of the program. And the International Association of Privacy Professionals has included our program in its global guide to curricula on privacy and data protection in academia. We have a few professional recognitions. Our graduates get partial exemption for the professional qualification in Certified Financial Technologist by the Institute of Financial Technologies of Asia. We offer complimentary student membership to the FinTech Association of Hong Kong and to the International Association of Privacy Professionals. Selected students get complimentary training and complimentary exam vouchers for Certified Information Privacy Technology CIPT and Certified Information Privacy Professional Europe CIPPE professional qualification examinations. And we offer 2 awards to students that do the best cybersecurity projects. It is an interdisciplinary program team, so we have both academic staff and we have professors of practice and adjunct professors with industry experience. Of course, we have many speakers and we organize many other activities apart from the classes. And our staff has background in finance, information systems, and computer science. So it is truly interdisciplinary. Some selected employers of our graduates, now these are based on surveys conducted 4 months after graduation, so this is not an exhaustive list because people can move around. So we have major investment banks, consultancies, venture capital firms, insurance companies, major banks in Hong Kong, the major accounting firms, and some other IT employers. Now, the program structure, we have finance courses, we have courses on FinTech and analytics, and finally we have an applied FinTech industry project, which is conducted, it's a real-world project conducted in companies. So our finance courses are corporate finance, investment management, alternative finance, financial derivatives and risk management, international financial management, and applied financial econometrics. So these are pretty standard for an MSc in finance. And then we have a long list of courses that are related to fintech and analytics. So financial and computing with Python, fintech digital transformation and Web3, machine learning for financial market modeling and analysis using, in particular, financial data, applying machine learning techniques to financial data, blockchain engineering and virtual assets, cybersecurity and privacy, algorithmic trading and high-frequency trading, data-driven decision and big data with big data and AI, smart contract engineering and auditing in finance, and on the regulation side, policy, regulation, and compliance for financial technology. And the third pillar of the program is the applied industry project. This can be taken as an elective, and it can be done either in financial institutions that are selected by the Hong Kong Monetary Authority. The Hong Kong MA is the central bank of Hong Kong through its industry project masters network, or in fintech startups that are selected by the Hong Kong Science and Technology Parks, the University Project Launcher Scheme, and this is the Hong Kong STP is a major technology incubator in Hong Kong. To recapitulate, I will play you a short video. And if you want to learn more about us, you can contact us. You can screenshot the website and the LinkedIn page, and or you can send us an email. So thank you.
Thank you for all. And today's our AI Power Insight sections ends here. So everyone, please go to the main room to continue to join our events. Thank you.
All right, so welcome back. Welcome back, everyone. We're just waiting for our last breakout room to return. And in the meantime, I'd like to invite my colleagues to just catch a breather. Thank you so much, colleagues, for being part of this very important session for the entire School of Business. And then to our participants, all right. This next segment, I think, is a segment that you're most excited. We have looked at the Q&A. We've looked at the Q&As that you have submitted via the Zoom registration. And a lot of you are very curious to find out more about scholarships and your student life, right? So this segment is for you. All right, this segment is for you. While we wait for the last breakout room to return, I encourage our students here to type your questions in the Zoom chat if they are in relation to the program that's of your interest. I personally will be covering the scholarships bit. So if your question is about scholarship, like how to apply, you know, am I eligible, right? Just hold your horses, right? Hold your horses because that will come very soon. All right, but if you have a question pertaining to a program that you have that you had in mind or that you were listening to just now, feel free to type in the Zoom chat because my colleagues running the programs are still in the Zoom chat and they will be able to take your questions. All right, so in the meantime, let's enjoy a short video clip that shows you a little bit about student life in HKBU. There we go. All right, here we go.
What can I find during my study at HKBU?
在浸大，我可以找到什麼？
喺浸大，我揾到屬於我嘅機會。好開心上年去咗英國做交流生，有機會置身喺呢張巨型嘅世界地圖當中，將知識由平面變成立體。我可以親身感受到書本上先見到嘅生態環境，觸摸到大自然嘅紋理，了解世界各地嘅保育工作。除咗海外交流，浸大仲有各類嘅比賽、study tour、創業支援，俾大家嘗試。與其話係跳出框框，其實框框從來都唔存在。我已經準備好繼續探尋呢個廣闊神奇嘅世界。
在浸大，我找到多元的出路。在浸会大学这片沃土上，我可以自由地探索，甚至是发掘未被开发的道路。从来没有想过教学可以这样有趣。老师们以开放、创新的态度引导我思考问题，激发出我从未有过的崭新想法。例如，我尝试将人工智能和运动科学结合起来，希望能找到解决现有问题的新方法，提供定制化的运动体验。在这个灵活的学习中，我发现我的未来有着无穷的可行性。
Being 4,500 kilometers away from where I came from, I have found my second home at HKBU.
And here are my best friends.
Hello.
They're from different corners of the globe, each with their unique story and dream. As part of this diverse and welcoming community of local and international students, I've gained the courage to go beyond my comfort zone and try new things.
Indeed, find your answer at HKBU. And then that's about student life in general. However, let us take a look at, for those who are late for our session, right? This is about Hong Kong Baptist University School of Business.